Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left side. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist to the right. And just keep going a few times, side, side. Big breath. We're going to get another one each way. Final one. Last one. Let's inhale all the way up to extended mountain. And exhale, hinge and bow down. Let's rise halfway. Inhale. Exhale, hands plant. Walk your way back, downward facing dog. Let's stay for one breath. Coming back to our flow here. Bend your knees, get ready, in breath. Exhale, pick up and wave and roll into plank. Take your breath in. Exhaling either as we did before, or this time drop knees for your chaturanga, keeping yourself hovered, elbows draw in. Inhale, upward facing dog, slide through the arms. Exhale, press it up and back to downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. One more. Coming back to the front. Inhale, look forward, knees bent. Exhale, walk, or you could always hop it forward if you like. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Check in with those feet. Make sure they're in your chair foot position. Let's rise on the in-breath. And exhale, hands to heart center. Coming back to our twisted chair, we'll take the arms up as we breathe in. Exhale, we'll sit back, reach the arms forward. We'll start here. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. But then I'd like you to take the bottom arm across, hold onto the thighs, creating like a little table. And you can really press that thigh into the hand. Then maybe reach the right arm up. You want to try to make sure your knees are in the same position there. One's not jutting forward of the other. Hips are sitting back as far as feels good for you, which is kind of a funny thing to say when you're holding a squat. One more breath here. Excellent. Let's rise all the way up on the in-breath. Exhale, sit back to chair, arms forward, find your flame. Inhale. Exhale to the other side and pause. Then we'll take the right hand down and across. Lift the left arm up. You could always take that left hand to your hip or find any other way that you like to do this. I really like this variation because it helps me really lock my hands and legs in a firm place. One more round. Good. Let's inhale and rise up. And exhale. We'll come to our ragdoll or your favorite forward fold, allowing yourself to bow all the way down. Let's bend the knees as much as you need. And if you're going to a ragdoll, you'll grab your arms, elbows, allowing your arms to just frame your head. And you can shake it out or sway it out, or just staying right where you are. Really getting into the breath and the body. And forgetting about whatever happened earlier today. And forgetting about everything, even if it just happened 2 seconds ago. Just let it be. Last 2. Last one. Releasing your arms. Let's inhale halfway. Exhale to fold. We'll rise up, press away from the floor as you breathe in. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from hip joints. Bow it down. Halfway on inhale. Exhale, down dog, hands plant, walk it on back. We're going to come back to that 3-leg dog here. Inhale the right leg super high. Exhale, maybe opening up the hip again if you like to. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee in towards the nose and pause. We'll try that again. Inhale it up. Exhale, curl, pick up hips. Really press the floor away there. One last one. This time, take it there. Pause. And try to step as close to your right thumb as you can. You could always give it a little help. And we're going to stay in our runner's lunge for a few moments. I'm going to use these blocks here just to bring the floor up a little higher. But if you can reach, you could always just keep your fingers on the floor. Take an inhale and kind of peel that chest open nice and proud. And then as you exhale, you'll straighten that front leg and just bow down. And we'll get 3 more, just warming up the joints, inhaling, coming to lunge, and exhaling, coming into pyramid. Last 2, and just move at your own pace. You can do this with the back knee on the floor and low lunge if you prefer. This is our last one this way. Once you hit that pyramid, we're going to pause, getting a nice stretch in the right hamstring, probably bending the knee just slightly, tucking in the chin. Try to get out of a habit of locking out the knee if that's something that you tend to do, just to help protect our joints so we can continue to practice. We'll now inhale back to the lunge, bend the front knee. And then sweep it on up into twist. Right arm reaches to the sky. You're going to move that arm around a bit. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach it back. Back knee can dip. We'll just get about 3 circles here. Just kind of lovingly moving that arm around and getting any extra cobwebs out of the neck and the shoulder. And then as you're ready, you'll come back into your twist even stronger than before. Press through the back leg so you're almost pressing up and out of the block here. Last 2. Last 1. To come to high crescent lunge, we'll take an inhale. Exhale, arm circles back, and on the in-breath, both arms circle forward as you come on up into your high lunge. We'll stay here just for a moment. I'm going to move into balance in our airplane. So let's start to bring the arms back, lean a little bit forward, take that belly strong. Then take a little bend in both knees to slowly launch your way up. And the back toes might try to point off to the side. We're going to try to internally rotate that leg so that the toes point down. Still trying to lock out the standing knee. Nice breath in and out. Find something to focus on, finding a drishti or a focal point a few feet ahead of you on the ground. We're going to land back in our crescent lunge ever so slowly. Arms will lift up once you get there. Let's lift our soul to the sky on the inhale. And as you exhale, we're making our way back to downward facing dog. And we'll just check in here with a breath. And then we're going to go for that other side. Left leg sky high, reach it up. Maybe bend the knee, open hip as you breathe out. Inhale back to 3 legs. Exhale for your tiger curl. This lifts the pelvic floor up to curl the knee in. Try it twice again. So when the knee comes in, it's not only hip flexors. We're trying to engage low belly. Last time. This time when I draw in, you hold it up as high as you can. Try to step to the front hand. Sometimes you need to step out and around. That might make that easier for you. Finding your blocks. They come directly underneath your shoulders here. Proud chest, come forward and lunge. Exhale, straighten and bow it down. Peel open, inhale. Exhale, bow down. So not only moving knee, hip, and ankle joint, but also getting the spine involved here. So when you find lunge, kind of roll the heart open, and when you bow, you're going to curl. This is our last time. We'll pause here, bowing forward, finding a nice stretch through the back of the left leg. Long breaths. One more. And come back to our lunge on the inhale and exhale there. Let's take our arm up to the sky to find twist. So find a nice way to be here before you start to move the arm. Just going to move that out of the way. On your inhale, you reach for the sun, and as you exhale, you dip and reach back. We'll circle a few times. Your head can move around. I like to watch my hand and let my hand become my focal point. After one more, or however many more your shoulder needs, you'll come back up into a better, longer, stronger twist for 3 breaths. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle arm back, coming to high crescent lunge. We'll inhale and lift our way forward, and then slide the shoulders down. So we just want to create a little space for the neck to relax and also to strengthen the upper back. Coming into our balance, let's begin to let the arms come back, engage belly. Press off, launch to your airplane. Can even keep that back toe down and just find a baby one. Just going where you need to be. To help that lower back feel safe and protected, scoop low belly in and up there. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Last 2. Last 1. Final inhale. Exhale, we let that foot land to the back of the mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, settle in. 1 more in-breath, maybe lifting the gaze. And exhale, hands down, step it on back. Downward facing dog. We're taking one last rolled plank here. Let's bend the knees. Exhale, rock and roll into your plank. Stay here for a breath. And then we're dropping to forearm plank for several breaths. So we'll let the elbows come down just under the shoulders or so. I like my arms parallel to the edges of the mat, palms spread wide. This is a great way to get stronger in your hands and your forearms without as much pressure on them with your full body weight in a down dog. But you're still finding that activation. If you want to take your hands interlaced under you, you can. I find palms down is a stronger plank for me, but I know we're all different, so you do what you got to do. We've got another 3 here, that's it. Another 2. And 1. Let's drop the knees and the thighs, pull yourself a little forward, and this is your Sphinx Pose. And I just kind of scooched my elbows a little bit more forward here. Try to lift your low belly so you get a stretch all the way up through the crown of the head. You can tuck your chin and look down, or you can look more up, whatever feels best. 1 more breath. Nice. Let's make our way to child's pose here. However you want to get there, you can either spread the knees out and take the big toes together, or you could let the big toes come together and the knees come together and round down instead. I'm going to take a few long, slow, even breaths. Just letting anything that you got going on just roll off your shoulders. If you can't reach the floor with your head, you want to bring something underneath so you can feel super duper restful here. We'll take another 3. Another 2. And another 1. Let's come back up to hands and knees. And we're going to make our way into our threaded needle position from here. So we'll come on to make sure that your knees are under hips. Hands can be a little bit more forward of your shoulders. Right arm will sweep to the sky as you breathe in and watch it. Exhale, thread it under and enjoy your twist. Let's do it again. Inhale, peel open. You can even reach back a little bit if that works. Exhale, come on through. You got one more. I'm going to just let it land this time. So cheek and shoulder on the floor. If you would like to find a deeper sensation to stretch in the top ribs, you can take your left hand and kind of walk it forward, tent the fingers on the floor and stretch it out there. You could also enjoy a half bind here by reaching your hand up, turning the palm back, and taking your hand onto your lower back. Or sometimes I even can grab my thigh, just depending upon the day. Another thing that's fun to play with here is that airplane type of balance. If you'd like to try it, you're going to slide the left leg back, squeeze your glute, and lift it up. Last 2 breaths. One more. Final breath in. Exhale, knee lands if you lifted it. Let's all slide our left hand back under the shoulder if it moved. Inhale, come on out, right arm reaches for the sky. And exhale, back. Let's just get a couple cat-cows here. Inhale, we'll arch and look up. Exhale, curl and round, tuck the chin. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. And 1 more. Good, let's come back to neutral. Threading on the other side. Inhale, left arm sky high. Exhale, reach it under. 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale into the twist. Last time. Allow yourself to be and land. So both sides are always different, even just a little. You can take the right arm forward here and tent and kind of pull. Always using that little bit of traction if you like to, just to intensify things. Hand to the lower back or grabbing the thigh if you want to for your half bind. Or adding in the balance by sliding the right foot back and lifting it up. You can do this with your right hand either reaching forward or behind your back. Much harder to do, but feel free to try things. Sometimes we fall, but I've learned from every failure a lot more than I have from the times when I've done things right off the bat. So let's take 1 more inhale here. Exhale, knee comes down if you lifted it. Well, I'll take that right hand back under the shoulder, and as you inhale, let's sweep the left arm up, and exhale, bring it back down. You're going to press back towards a little bit of a child's. Inhale, come a little bit forward, keeping the belly strong. Exhale, coming on back. Just 1 more like that. Inhale, peel open and hinge. And exhale, take it back. Let's come to neutral spine on the inhale, hands and knees. Curl the toes, lift your knees, and down dog on the exhale. 2 breaths in. And out. 1 more. Let's look forward. Inhale, knees bend. And exhale, walk or hop feet up to the hands. Half lift in breath. Exhale, fold it on down. Let's rise. Sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands draw to heart. I'm going to come into some balance here. I'm going to grab a quick drink before we move on. If you would like to join me, feel free. You can grab your beverage anytime. Okay. All right, so I'm coming into our eagle. I like to start with my feet right underneath the hips, always finding that strong belly and pelvic floor. We'll begin by taking the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, you reach out to the side, then swing to the front as the right arm comes underneath the left. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to sit down into our chair. Taking the right leg up and over and finding your wrap. Sometimes I use big toe as a kickstand and just keep it down on the floor. So you can always do that variation, whatever works for you. Last breath in and out. Finding Eagle Warrior 3, we begin to unravel that leg and then start to slowly kick it back just like we practiced earlier in airplane. And in our hands and knees position, perhaps, I'm going to let that foot land to the back of the mat with the heel lifted. Then drop the heel or open it up to Warrior 2 now. So we're just pressing into the outer edge of the back foot there. We'll spin around here. Reaching long through the arms. Still lifting up through the front spine. Let's flip that front hand. Inhale to reverse. Exhale for extended side angle, but let's add some core today. So we're going to pretend we're holding a big beach ball. Inhale, sweep back. Exhale, let's hold our beach ball forward for everybody to see. One more time. Exhale, we'll come back to extended side angle. We can hold here. Super strengthening posture. If you prefer to make it a little easier on yourself this morning, you're going to take your palm down to the thigh instead. Last few breaths here. Long inhales. Complete exhales. Last one. Beautiful. Let's inhale, sweep up and back. And exhale, cartwheel down, coming down to our downward facing dog. Big breath in. Long breath out. One more. Coming to the top of the mat now, let's bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, walk or hop. If you hop, try to press the top of the floor away, like away with your hands to slow your feet. Inhale for that half lift, and exhale, bow it on down. One breath just to let everything shake out of that head. Let's come up. Inhale, rise up. We'll come right into eagle on the other sides. This time the left arm will come underneath the right. Sitting into your chair, squeeze, low belly in and up. Left leg up and over. So the bandhas are not only internal, we can create them here by pressing legs and arms firmly. Another way to find that lock. Similar to how we used our hands on our outer thigh in twisted chair. Last one. Eagle Warrior 3, unwrap your leg. Start to send it back, flexing the ankle. Reach your little eagle fingers long. Stay another breath or so. Last one. Slowly land the toes to the back. And we'll open up the arms. Inhale. Exhale, open up, Warrior 2 on the right. Start to allow the hips to open up here. We're trying to open the back inner thigh a little forward And the left knee is pointing, same as the left toes. Flip the palm, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, reach forward. Last two. And you can always forget about that beach ball, right? And just take one down to the thigh, perfectly fine. Last flow. So we'll come back one more time. But this time when we come forward, we're going to continue to just stay. Trying not to round that top ribs. Nice long energy here. Looks great. Two more. One more. Let's come out. Inhale, up and back. Front knee stays bent. Exhale. Down dog, cartwheel, pick up the back heel, step the leg back. Beautiful work, pulling it out. Coming into high plank, we'll bend the knees as we inhale. Exhale, pick up hips and roll. Coming onto the forearms for our last forearm plank. Take your time. You can always drop the knees and either keep them dropped or just drop them so you can place yourself there and lift them. So this is a lot. If you want to make it more, you can start to walk the feet. And today we'll walk them like this. If you're joining me, right foot walks out, then the left foot walks out. And then the right foot walks in, and the left foot walks in. I'm going to try it the same way, but opposite side. So left out, right out, left in, right in. Try it again. Out right, out left, in right, in left. And you should be shaking. Try it again. Left, right, left, right. And that was it. We're going to sustain this for 3, for 2, for 1. Sphinx pose, drop the knees, drop the thighs, pull yourself through the arms. Nice long spine. I tend to like to sneak my elbows just slightly more forward. I always think of a turtle lifting its little head out of its shell here. Just stretch your little turtle head around. One more round of breath. All right, let's give ourselves a moment to just rest here on our bellies. You can let your arms be alongside you and just face your head in one direction. If you need to bring your hands underneath your forehead for a pillow, totally fine. I like to bend my knees and let my feet move a little side to side. You can join me or not. We'll flip our head to face the other way, either continuing a little movement in the legs, maybe swinging them a bit side to side now instead, or just being. Finally, just let your legs still. And if you want to turn your head back the first way, feel free. This is our last round here. I'd like you to roll over onto your side. We're going to take a stretch for the quads. So we could do this on the belly, but the reason I like to do on the side better is because you can reposition your pelvis to get the best stretch for your body. You can also bring a block under your head so your head stays in a nice alignment, or you can just rest it on your arm. So as you reach for that top leg, you're going to grab either your foot, your ankle, whatever you can reach. Flex your ankle. Start to pull the foot in, but then tuck your tailbone and almost try to pull the knee forward just slightly. And you just want to play around there until you find your sweet spot. You should never feel anything in your lower back going on here. Sometimes if we pull that knee way back like this, it's going to pinch that low back. So I like how being on the side, you can really activate the pelvic floor up. Little baby mula bandha there. There's always degrees of things, right? So we can tap things gently with our hammer, or we can give them a big smack, right? Same thing for Mula Bandha. So this isn't a super strong one, just enough here. Last few moments. Two breaths more. One more. Good. And you release that, and you can just roll on over. I'm going to spin around, but you can just roll to the other side. And just let your upper body be however it needs to be. I love to make sure I have something under my neck, otherwise my neck feels like it's kind of hanging there. Bottom leg can be straight or a little bent, doesn't really matter. Playing around, tucking the pelvis slightly, and then backing off and just finding where it works best. Once you're there, you just forget about it and feel it. 3 breaths more. Two more. One more. All right, let's let go. And we're going to roll all the way back onto our bellies. And we'll spread our arms out to the side. Just move your block right on out of the way. Forehead or chin on the floor, reach the arms out. Use your toes to crawl under and then pull your legs slightly longer out of the hip. Let's come in and out of some back strengtheners here. We'll inhale, lift the chest, lift the feet, and then exhale for a soft landing. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lift, wide toes and fingers. Exhale to land. Last one like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale to land. Now we'll go for butterfly. So we'll soar around, lifting up as you inhale. Shoulders draw down, fingers open. Just picture yourself soaring across the sky, over the clouds, through the clouds, wherever you like to be. You can close your eyes and picture yourself in the sky. Maybe over the water, the mountains, whatever your thing is. So this is not an easy posture. But if we imagine ourselves in a beautiful place, it might get a little easier. We'll take one more inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll find our landing. You can either face your head right or left. I'm going to fold my arms under the forehead so I can look down. And maybe move your legs a little side to side again if that feels good. You can swing them a little bit. One more. All right. We'll find a few seated postures next. So let's just press our way up onto our hands and knees. And then sit back on the heels briefly. And we're just going to swing our legs around to the front. Get my mics up there. And once we get here, we're going to try to open up the legs. So you may need to sit on something here, particularly if you feel like your lower back is just getting all of gravity dumping down. Sitting on something that allows you to be able to rotate your hips a little forward is going to feel better for you. You're welcome to just stay here. Maybe you close your eyes. Plant your hands lightly but strongly on the floor. So just a little bit of an activation and stretching up tall. Knees can bend as much as you like. If you have some space to start to come forward into your wide leg forward fold, you can start to slowly creep your way down. You want to make sure that you're not hanging and rounding here. This can put a lot of pressure on the spine. We want to continue to keep the spine in a neutral position as we work through our practice and as we try to make our way through life, also trying not to hang or cause damage in our joints, in our tendons or ligaments or anywhere else. And we'll take a few more here. Deep belly to chest breaths. Last 3. Last 2. Last breath. Good work, my yogis. Let's inhale and start to come up. You can use your hands to slowly creep your way up. And then we'll exhale when we arrive. We'll bring the legs forward. We'll come into a few here. We'll start off by taking the right foot to the inner left thigh and just let that leg open out to the side, kind of as if we were in a tree, not just sitting down. We'll inhale and find a nice length here, and as you exhale, we'll begin to creep our way forward. Now that knee on the straight leg can bend as much as is necessary. I like to keep my ankle flexed. That feels better for me. So you can see what it's like to have your foot floppy or flex it. Flexing the foot takes some pressure off the knee, but it's also going to intensify the stretch in the back of the leg. So there doesn't have to be a super strong flex. You just need to work within your own body to see what's right. And we'll take another 3. Another 2. And another 1. Let's inhale. We'll come up with a long spine. You can use your hands to creep and up towards the hips. And just exhale there. We'll pick that knee up. We're going to come into a twist from here. Now you could just keep your foot on the floor where it is. To get a slightly deeper twist down into your hip, you're going to lift your foot and bring it to the outside of the straight leg. Taking your right hand behind you for a little kickstand, left hand to your knee. Inhale, nice proud long chest. And then exhale, you're going to twist over towards the right, so you're twisting towards the bent up leg. Inhale, lifting up maybe a bit more out of the spine. And exhale, twisting. Get a few more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Nice. Let's inhale and unwind. And exhale. Hand comes down. We're going to bring that leg long and straight. Let's get ready to try the other side. So we'll start off by bending. Bringing the sole of the left foot to the inside of the straight right. And by the way, if this knee is not happy hanging out here, you can always bring a support underneath. Inhale for your length. And exhale, we creep our way down so slowly and gently to the front leg. Now, some of you might be up a little higher with your fingers on the ground. Others are super bendy here. If you're super duper bendy, you could always take a block behind your foot or something and pull into the block to be able to come down into a deeper stretch. You never want to push towards something that you think is perfect. You want to let your body tell you what's perfect for you. So we intelligently kind of learn, not necessarily from what other people tell us, but from that internal voice and from the physical body itself. Last 2. Last 1. We'll inhale here, lengthen and come on up. And exhale to soften. Let's pick the knee up. Foot either to the floor as you sit up nice and tall, or you can pick your foot up, place it on the floor to the outside of the straight leg. Left hand behind tented, right hand on knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. 4 breaths. Three. 2. 1 more here. All right, let's inhale, unwind, and exhale. Let's pick both legs straight. You can bring a little movement into them, flop them side to side, really anything at all. And then we're going to make our way onto our backs whenever you're ready. Just letting the earth fully support beautiful you as the knees draw in, helping to add a little extra weight so that you can start to feel the muscles soften, creating just like a big old muscle soup here on your mat. And as you rock, you might be able to find a little more softness. And get another one here. Let's take our feet to the floor. I always like to add in bridge at least 1, sometimes 3, towards the close of a practice. So it's going to help open up all those muscles that get pinchy from sitting. We'll take our arms right alongside. The ankles are under the knees or further away. We're going to start off with a pelvic tilt so we can really get that kink out of the lower back if you happen to have it. So let's inhale, rock your tailbone away from you, and that's going to create a lot more space between you and the mat. Then as you exhale, you'll curl it towards you. Find that pelvic floor activation. Now there's no space. Do that again. Inhale, roll it away. Exhale, curl, engage the belly. Oh, that feels amazing. 1 more. Such a simple move. Oh, and it just gets rid of all kinds of ickiness down there. Get 1 more time, rocking away. Exhale, rock forward, pause, and then continue to press up through the heels to lift the spine. Walking your shoulders closer to each other once you hit your height. Palms are still actively pressed down, engaging fingers softly but intentionally into the ground. Try to notice this beautiful open heart, open thigh position here. So the hip flexors here are nice and open and long. Try to press your knees as far away from the shoulders as they can be. Last 3. Last 2. Last full round. Inhale higher if you have higher to go as the shoulders scooch back out. And exhale, lower down from the upper spine until finally the hips land. Hands come to the creases of the hips, sliding all the way down. Thumbs point to the inner thighs, pinkies around the outside. Press right into that hip crease. Let's stretch out the lower back. 3 breaths here. Two more. One more. Second and final bridge, hands alongside you. Let's inhale and tilt the tailbone away. Exhale, curl it towards you. We'll do that twice again. Inhale away. Exhale, curl, pelvic floor works. One more time. This time our curl forward presses the hips all the way up to bridge, walking shoulders underneath, trying to let yourself have a nice neutral position for your neck. So if you were to slide your hand under your neck, you should be able to fit it. You don't want it to flatten out too much. Sometimes we let our ponytails dictate our neck position, but try not to do that. Rather you had messy hair than a sad neck, right? We lift up as high as we can without over-clenching the glutes. The glutes are working, but so are the hamstrings. Last two. One more. Last inhale, press slightly higher, shoulders out. Exhale, slowly come back down until finally the hips land. We'll take the soles of the feet together now, allowing the knees to drop open. I tend to like a little spinal traction here to start, so you can join me if you wish. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Just pressing away enough for you. Your knees can gently roll from one side to the other. Just a little bit of a side rock there. You can continue with that, or maybe you finally just let yourself to completely rest. Allowing your arms to be away from the ears, so not hunched up there, but several inches away. Palms are open. Eyes are closed. I'm going to work on our Dirga Pranayama here. That's a 3-part fluid breath that will start to fill the low belly, move its way up seamlessly up to the heart, and then flow all the way seamlessly back down. So let's give it a try. Inhaling to the belly, low ribs, heart center. And a slow exhale, trying to go the opposite direction. And get 6 more. Just at your own pace. It's a fluid inhale from the bottom to the top. And a fluid exhale from the top to the bottom. And we'll take just about 4 to 5 more. Last 3 or 4. Last few. Last one here. All right. Let's find our block. We'll take our feet back onto the ground. Using your block to support the hips, we'll lift ourselves up. Just come right onto that low side. That's all you need for this one. You want to make sure it's not bothering your lower back. So you just kind of scooch it around until you're comfortable. Should be right in between the tailbone and the waist somewhere. We're just going to simply lift our legs up to the sky. And you can keep your arms on the ground in that Savasana position that we just had in our bound angle with the palms open, shoulders away from ears. If you want to bring some movement into your ankles or feet, or even kind of kick the legs out, you can really do whatever you like. And eventually you might just choose some stillness here. And just kind of allowing for some time for the blood to just lazily flow down the legs like a waterfall to flood the heart. This is a beautiful resting place. Sometimes just giving yourself some time to breathe. And turning the world a little upside down is all you need so that you can kind of refocus on what's important. And quiet the chatter, quiet the anxieties that tend to find us throughout the day. I'll take about 4 or 5 more breaths here. Long breaths in and out. And last breath or two. And as you're ready, I'd like you to bring the right knee into the chest. Interlace your fingers on your shin. And then we'll stretch the left leg long, actively pressing through a flexed ankle to take our wind-relieving pose supported on the block, or you could always use a rolled up towel or a blanket or anything at all. So this is going to just open up the front body a little more, getting a nice stretch in the front of the hip flexor on the left side. Subtle back bend there too. One more round. And we'll switch. I like to just drop the right foot down with the knee bent and take the left knee in, interlace towards the ankle, somewhere on the shin. And we can lengthen the right leg up and start to actively press it straight and away. And we breathe. Last few. Last one. And then finally, we'll simply reach the arms back, stretch both legs long. Completely let yourself be heavy, shoulders relax and spread out kind of wide. No effort at all. You might still be breathing mindfully to keep any plans for the day or anything else from taking over here. Just enjoying our last few moments together. Keeping it together in the room and on the mat. One more. Start to bring the arms alongside us. Slide the feet in, bending the knees just so that you could take the block out. We're making our way into Savasana. Allow yourself to have any intuitive movements that are necessary before making your way there. Knees can hug in, really anything at all. And eventually, as you're ready, we'll let the feet find the floor, keeping knees bent for Shavasana. Or if it feels nice for you to extend the legs fully down, and you can choose to do that instead. We'll start off breathing with intention, maybe those beautiful 3-part Dirga breaths, just to help us keep ourselves in the moment. So your Shavasana is the very best part of practice. Hopefully now that we've gotten our bodies nice and loose and maybe a little tired, it's easier to allow yourself to enjoy this space, not feeling as though you need to get up and run to the next thing, but really savoring this time that you've carved out of your day for yourself. The hardest part is just making that commitment and setting that time aside. Once you're there, you're there. And if your mind is acting like a little monkey today, then you can continue these long, slow, deliberate breaths to help check it. And give your monkey mind something to focus on rather than the fleeting thoughts that come and go. What if your little monkey's curled up, sleeping in the bushes somewhere? If you can release your effort in your breath and just allow it to come and go without any effort at all, as we take our last few moments here. We'll start to gently reawaken ourselves, maybe by taking deeper breaths, maybe by inviting subtle movements into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Anywhere that's small, can be the head, gently stirring. You're more than welcome to just stay reclined for as long as you like. If you're at home, you can stay long after we've closed things up here in the studio. If you would like to join me seated for your final Om, you can start to draw the knees into the chest, giving yourself another hug and a squeeze, and maybe just gently rocking a little from one side to the other, allowing your head to rock as it does. And then either rolling off side to side or finding a few subtle forward and back rocks if that pleases your spine. We'll either rock off to the side, finding a fetal position and gently press up, or you can rock and roll your way up to a seat. We'll sit with the legs folded in front once again, only this time maybe we take the awkward leg in front, and you'll know right away which one that is. And we'll take our right hand, place it over our heart center, left hand places over on top of the right as soon as you're ready. And with a slight tuck to the chin, we'll honor ourselves where we are today, and we'll extend that honor and love to all of the souls practicing with us. Let's take our preparatory breath for our Om. Inhale, exhale, and inhale for Om. Prayer hands join at the third eye here. As always, I thank you all for your presence and for allowing me to guide you through your practice. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light in you. With honor, let's close with the word Namaste. Namaste, dear yogis. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you soon.